Hey folks, today's March 25th, 6:26 a.m. and let's take a look and see what's going on here. So we've got futures that were pretty negative overnight. After the Mueller report came out, the Dow jumped 100 and then it quickly disappeared, and then it got quite negative overnight, and it seems to be recovering a bit this morning. Quite a bit of volatile action, it seems like. And last week was crazy, where Thursday looked so good, and then Friday just said, nope, we're not doing that. So you can see on the S&P, we had busted really strongly over that line, and then now we've undercut it again. I almost think that we're just going to see volatility at the line or around it, because right underneath there we've got the 200-day and the 50-day. Right here, this yellow and red line is the 200 and the 50-day. And they're not that far down. It may just be volatility at the line until we ultimately get over it, unless there's enough negativity in like the economic news that we've seen over in Europe, unless that is too strong and we just undercut these moving averages, then we'd be dropping down to this white line, which is a trend line, and then down to the 100 or even below that. But it's kind of wait and see mode. Just got to see how the market reacts today, and that'll kind of clear up the picture for us, I think. The oscillator is at a minus 43, so we're actually oversold already, which is good for upside. It means we shouldn't actually be able to get much lower. If you look at my list, the list that I've been watching, NVDA took quite a hit on Friday. Up super strong on Thursday, almost a complete reversal on Friday, but I do have this trend line here that NVIDIA seems to be following. Hasn't broken that yet. I'm still in it. My stop is down here. I'm giving this thing lots of room. So my stop's basically at my entry. So if all else fails, I'll only get out at break even. But yeah, so it's going to need to pull back to that line. It might test it. It might dip below it. We want to see where it closes. So it's either going to close below it, above it, whatever. If it closes above it, the trend is still intact. If it closes below it, the trend is broken, and getting out is a better move. So I have to wait and see what happens with that. All the rest of these are pretty much, this guy has broken out and is holding above the line so far. If it undercuts it, that's a fail. If it holds it, no. So if the price does actually undercut it during the day, that's not quite a fail. You want to see where it closes. Unless you just see massive red selling and the trend just keeps pushing things lower, then the whole market, just like on Friday where it's just broad-based, non-stop. You could tell we were going down and everything was going down. If that's happening, you want to get out of ASML. You could get out while it's under the line, or just early is what I'm trying to get at. Just getting out to protect yourself. But if that doesn't happen, then you might want to hold it and see where it closes. Spotify is still within the symmetrical triangle. It actually held the line. So you can see how it dipped below but then closed above. You want to see where it closes. Netflix said, nope, we're not going higher. But it is holding this lower line, which it's been touching for quite a while. And you want to see if that's going to hold. I was surprised. This thing really raced over the line on Wednesday. And then Thursday it added a bit more. and then everything just turned over on Friday. CGC has undercut the lower line. This guy seems like you want it to go higher. It keeps setting up to go higher. It looks like there's good buying support in it, and then you get these, they just show up. It's like, oh, let's just get rid of it. I would really like to see a lot of that volatility come out of CGC. I see that quite a few times in the stock. Looks like you're getting a lot of buying. Looks like it's got a lot of upside potential, like this pattern, and then selling just takes it down just out of nowhere. It seems like it comes out of nowhere. I'd really like to see a lot of that disappear, but so far it hasn't. XLNX again was a nice breakout on Thursday that just came right back in. So a lot of these are just pattern failures. It's back in the pattern. The pattern is actually still valid because it can come back and take another run at that line. So for now, I'm just going to keep an eye on all these. But like, if you got in, you'd want to get out immediately as soon as it undercuts the line again and closes below. Like, look at this, COUP. What the heck happened, right? Looks so good on Thursday, and then it's like, nope. But again, now it's kind of like this day or this day, it's back inside the channel, so it's a failed breakout. But until it undercuts the lower line, the whole pattern is still intact. So again, we're going to want to wait and see what COUP does out of here. CYBR, same thing. Everything looks really good. Broke out, looked tremendously good. Came right back into the pattern. That's not terrible unless the whole market continues selling down. Etsy, I've adjusted the line. I had it way up here, and now it's come back, and you can still make another line. You want to see it hold this lower line. If it can't, then this whole thing is wrecked, but we'll have to see what it does. Again, that's what I'm saying. Basically, we need time from today forward to see exactly what this market wants to do from here. Unless you're in something like NVDA where you've got a clear upside move in just one single down day and you've got plenty of room, you can just hold for the moment and wait and see what happens. FANG tried to go and just came down. That pattern still looks pretty good. HQY, this thing got totaled. Complete undercut line. So this is a total pattern failure, basically. That bottom line was cut through and it's done. So you can forget this one for now. This one will take a long time to get a new pattern. So that's it. Basically, we're going to need to wait and see what this market does. That's pretty much it. I'll see you tomorrow.